Hello friends, Rebecca here. Welcome to your mat. Today's practice is kind of an all-over body practice, and the focus will be just on letting it flow. Go with the flow. What is the opposite of flow? Resistance. So clear your mind out, deepen your breath, and try to notice even when I love this imagery of the kink in the hose in our garden hose. We all know what it's like when we get a kink in the hose, right? No water's going through. And generally in our practice, if that kink in the hose happens, it's going to come from the mind. Our mind is going to tell us something. It has an expectation or some goal in mind. So let's let all of that go for the next 20, 30 minutes and see where it takes us. I'm going to have us begin on our backs. So a couple blocks for this practice. This is going to be a supported fish with Sukhasana legs. What are Sukhasana legs? It's this cross-legged position. Now, if that doesn't work for your body, choose some other shape for your legs. So first block goes underneath the shoulders. The next block goes underneath the head. And we are allowing a space between the blocks for our neck. And crossing, maybe try right in front of left, letting the knees drop out to the sides. Arms could stretch out to the side, or you could reach them overhead. You could rest them on your torso somewhere. And let's begin with some slow, steady breaths. Just breathing in and out through the nostrils, maybe closing your eyes, drawing that sense of sight inward. Allowing ourselves to soften both mentally and physically. Maybe noticing what flow is to you and inviting it into your body and your breath. So this next posture is going to be a little bit different, so just listen up. Keep the legs exactly as they are. We're just going to lift that right knee and bring the sole of the foot down onto our mat. And that left leg is kind of drawing underneath the right. Now you might leave it there, or you might start to heel toe it over so that the right hand can grab a hold of it. Another option would be to take left arm underneath the back, grabbing a hold of the bicep. Or if this happened with ease, you could take that left hand and grab a hold of right foot or ankle. And pausing here, a couple of deep breaths, slow and conscious, inviting in that flow. Maybe consciously breathing into those places that you know you tend to kink in, or putting a kink in that flow. We're going to roll onto our left side. Keep the blocks right where they are because we're going to come back to them. So I'm going to have you roll onto your left-hand side. The knees are stacked. You can bring your hand out, right hand out in front of you. Inner edges of the feet pressed together as we lift right knee. And then right lower leg lifts as the knees touch. And then inner edges of the feet come together and then knees touch. This is a clamshell variation. Great for working on hip mobility, so both flexibility and strength. Let's do this for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend right leg toward the back of your mat and then lift and lower your leg. This next time you lift it, hold it. Now you might be grabbing at your hamstring, your knee might be bent. Maybe you've got a hold of your foot or ankle, and then press out of that left shoulder, getting long through the left-hand side. Deepen your breath. Really focusing on creating this flow, mentally, physically. We're going to bring a bend into that right knee. We're going to stack the legs and then kick the foot back for a little quad stretch. You can let the shoulders draw onto your back so you broaden across your collarbones. And then right foot comes to the floor, right in front of your left thigh, your left knee. Right hand to right knee, opening through the hip, and then option to turn your gaze, your shoulders, your sternum down toward the floor. Slow, steady breaths. Rising up to a seat, keep the cross of the legs facing the front of your mat. And then we're going to bring right hand behind, left arm reaching up toward the sky, and then twist it open to the right. You can fly it out like this arm position that I have here, pressing elbow into knee, thigh area, or you could hook that knee into the crook of your elbow. And unwind. Change the cross of the legs. Now left leg comes in front. Shoulders come onto your block. Head comes onto the block behind you. And 3 deep breaths. Keep left knee bent, bringing the sole of the foot onto the floor, directing your knee up toward the ceiling. That right leg or right lower leg is underneath left. Maybe you start to heel toe that right foot off to the left, left hand grabbing a hold, foot or ankle. And then option to take that right arm behind your back, grabbing a hold of left bicep for a little half bind. All right, rolling onto our side, pressing up onto our forearm. Legs bent, knees stacked, left hand comes out off to the side to support you. Inner edges of the feet pressing together, lift left knee, and then left knee taps right. Inner edges, and then knee to knee. We're going to do this for 4, 3, 2, last one. Left leg straightens toward the top of the mat, and then we're going to lift and lower for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it up. Grab a hold of hamstring, calf, ankle, foot, and then lift up and out of that right shoulder. And then here we go for the quad stretch, stacking the thighs, knee bent, keeping hold of that left foot or ankle, and then kick the foot back into your hand. And let your hips press forward, your heart press forward, draw your shoulders onto your back. And then release, left foot comes in front of right knee, right thigh. Press left hand to left knee toward the top of your mat. And then option here to twist your shoulders, your gaze down toward the back of your space. So this is a nice hip opener as well as lengthening through the low back. We rise, turning toward the top of our mat, keeping the cross of the legs. If you need to unbend that bottom leg, please do so. Take care of yourself. Left hand comes behind the back, right arm reaches up, and then we twist it open to the left. 3 deep breaths. And release. Set your blocks off to the side. Let's come into tabletop and take a few rounds of cat-cow. Inhaling, let the tailbone lift, shoulder blades draw toward your spine as if you're grabbing a hold of a pencil between the shoulder blades. And then exhale, tuck chin, tuck tailbone, press the center of the spine up toward the ceiling. 2 more times. Inhale and exhale. And tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. This might be your first inversion of the day, first down dog. Feel free to pedal it, walk it, sway it. Just following your own body's inclinations. This is part of letting it flow, going with the flow. I'll often remind my students in my in-person classes that I am merely here facilitating and making suggestions. There's really need to listen to our bodies as we move, and then letting that be our guide. Gaze to the top of your mat, travel forward, forward fold. Option to take a ragdoll, interlace the hands behind your back, or any other arm variations that speak to you. A couple of deep breaths. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing. Let's take right hand and grab a hold of left wrist. Take a little side bend stretch. Option to take that left foot behind the back. You could even press into the tops of the toes and get a nice little ankle extension stretch. And then release, left hand to right wrist. Grounding down through that right hand side, pulling left hip away from your fingertips, and then option to cross that right leg behind. You could come up onto your toes, playing with flexion or extension, pressing into the tops of the toes. And release through center, exhale, fold. Right hand comes underneath the face, right knee bends. You could bring your hand to a block if you need to bring the floor closer. We're going to twist it out open to the left. And then unwind. Left foot steps back. Right foot is forward. You can bring left knee down here if you want to, or keep it lifted. Left palm grounds, right arm reaches. Right hand comes down, step back, plank pose. Imagine there's a little flame underneath your navel and you don't want to get burned. Keep that core engaged. Gaze forward, shift the weight forward. Maybe you bring those knees down. See if you can bring your hips down last. Inhale, up dog or low or high cobra. And then bringing it all down. Press up through plank or table, press back, down dog. Right leg lifts. Right knee to nose, right foot to right thumb tip, left knee comes down. Inhale, rise, Anjaneyasana. Stay for the in-breath and the out-breath. Lift your ribs off of your pelvis. Let the spine get long. Fill it up with breath. And then hands come down to frame your foot. You might use blocks here. Pyramid pose. I like to have my heels grounded. So if you're in a long stance, that might mean the heel is lifted. Option to step that foot in a little bit closer. So right toes are facing forward, left toes are angling out toward that upper left-hand corner. And then left foot steps forward to meet right. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing. And here we go, other side. Exhale, fold. Left hand underneath the face, left knee bends. Try to keep that right leg straight as you twist open to the right. Right hand comes down, right foot steps back. Right palm grounds, left arm reaches, twisted lunge. Option to bring that right knee down for additional support. Left hand comes down, step back plank pose. Gaze forward, shift the weight forward. Knees down or knees lifted. Maybe you deepen your back bend here. We'll meet back in downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, left knee to nose, left foot to left thumb tip, right knee comes down. Anjaneyasana. Hips shift forward and down. Lift the ribs off of your pelvis. Hands frame left foot, straighten the legs, step that right foot in a little closer if you'd like. Just because I like to have my heels grounded does not mean that is your flow. We are letting it flow. So right toes are angled slightly toward the right upper corner of your mat, your space. Left toes facing forward. And then a right foot meets left. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing. One more time each side. Exhale, fold forward. Right hand underneath the face. Twist open to the left. Unwind, left foot steps back, left palm grounds, twist it open to the right. Hand comes down, plank pose. Your choice here, whether you want to move through this little flow or maybe take a respite. Inhale and exhale. Right leg lifts. Right knee to nose, right foot to right thumb tip, Anjaneyasana. Now, option if you wanted to take it a little further off the floor, make it a crescent lunge. See if you can get that right thigh parallel to the floor. Hands come down to frame the foot, pyramid pose. Option to revolve your pyramid, or known as revolved triangle. Left hand comes to the inner or outer edge of right foot. Right arm reaches up toward the sky. This is where a block can be helpful underneath the hand. Unwind through center. Left foot steps forward. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing. Last one. Here we go. Exhale, fold. Left hand underneath the face, left knee bends, twist it open to the right. Right hand comes down, right foot steps back, twist it open to the left. Left hand comes down, step it back, your choice. Chaturanga, up dog cobra, maybe just press it back, down dog. Left leg lifts. Left knee to nose, left foot to left thumb tip. Option to bring that right knee down or keep it lifted. Hands come down to frame the foot. Pyramid pose. And then twist or revolve triangle here if you would like. And unwind through center. Step right foot forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, one-legged Tadasana. So we are going to press into right foot, lifting left leg. Think about drawing your low ribs back towards your back ribs so the core is engaged. Option if you need to, you could hold onto your hamstring, your knee, or you can float the leg. One more round of breath here. Open left knee out to the side. Get strong and committed through that standing leg. Squeeze both sides of the pelvis toward one another. And then we're going to take this left leg behind. Right hand is going to grab a hold of the foot or ankle. So exactly what we did, and I'll turn towards you to show you exactly what we did on our backs. But now here we are doing it standing. Inhale and exhale. And from here, we're going to come into a split arm warrior three. So you're going to release left foot, start to send it back. Left arm reaches forward, right arm is reaching toward the back of your mat. Lift your navel and then drop that left outer hip down toward the floor as you spiral the inner thigh up toward the ceiling. Big step back with that left foot, warrior two. See if you can bring that right thigh parallel-ish to the floor. Soften your shoulders away from your ears. reverse triangle. Warrior two to the back of your mat. Twisted lunge, left or right hand comes down. Twist open to the left. Left hand comes down inside the left foot wide, angled forward fold, Pasarita. Any arm variations welcome here. And then crawl it forward, step it back, your flow. So however you want to flow it. And maybe it's finding a little break, and that is part of letting go of resistance. Feeling like you have to do something. Your practice. Gazing to the top of your mat, lifting your heels. Travel forward, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing. And we're going to do one-legged Tadasana now on the left or right hand side. So you're going to commit through that standing leg, right leg lifts. Maybe holding onto the hamstring or the knee for additional support. Maybe your toes are on the ground and the knee is bent. Right? There's all kinds of ways we can modify this and make it work for our body and how we're feeling today so that we can be in flow, letting go of resistance. Open that right knee out to the side. Keep drawing both sides of the pelvis towards your navel. Tendency here is to kind of dump into that standing hip, and we want to keep working that right hip as well. And then here we go for this little inverted tree. That right foot comes behind and you grab a hold of the foot or ankle. If that's not available, just do the cross-legged that we did earlier. Couple of deep breaths. Split arm warrior three. So we release that right leg, sending it back. Right arm reaches forward, left arm reaches back. And then drop that right outer pelvis down as you spiral the inner thigh up toward the ceiling. So it's a closed hip position versus opening through the hip. Inhale and exhale, let it flow. And big step back, warrior two. Aligning our heel with our arch. Spreading fingertips away from one another, reverse triangle. Open up that left hand side and warrior two to the back of your mat. Lunge twist to the back, left hand plants, and we're pivoting everything, the feet to face the back, the hips, the shoulders, and then twist it out. Right hand comes down inside of right foot. Walk it to the center of your mat. Wide angled forward fold. And take it forward. Step it back. Your flow here, whatever it looks like. Down dog. Rinse it out with your breath. Slow it down. Notice if there's any mental or physical kinks, release it with your breath. Gaze to the top of your mat, lift your heels, travel forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, one-legged Tadasana. Right foot grounds, left leg lifts. Open it out to the side. Inverted tree pose. So you're either crossing the leg behind or you're grabbing a hold of that foot or ankle. And then option here, if you want to take this a little bit deeper, you could do a little dancer pose, adding a hinge, a kick, a reach. Keep trying to lift through the heart space. And then here we go, split arm, warrior three. Step it back, Warrior two. Reverse triangle. Warrior two to the back. Twisted lunge, right hand comes inside of left foot, left arm reaches up toward the sky. From here, we're gonna come into Gomukhasana. So you're gonna bring that right knee down onto your mat. You're gonna bring the hips down, and I'm sorry, I'm not facing you. In fact, I am gonna face you just so you can see. So Gomukhasana, it is also known as knee pile. We are trying to stack our knees on top of one another. Depending on hips and knees, some of you might have this bottom leg fully extended. For some of us, we'll have those heels drawing toward our hips. Sit up nice and tall. And then hinging, folding forward. If you want a little bit more, this is a deep hip stretch. A lot of internal rotation, so you might just stay upright. We are going with the flow. We want to be able to breathe through this. I'm going to turn my back on you again to help you through this next transition. We are going to unwind into a wide angled forward fold. So you're going to walk your hands toward the back of your mat, and then you are going to essentially unwrap those legs, feet parallel, all 10 toes to the long edge of your mat, and crawl it forward. Plank pose. Moving through a flow or taking a little rest. Couple of deep breaths here. Let go of those kinks, mental, physical. Lifting the heels, gazing to the top, travel forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Here we go. Last side. Left leg grounds, right leg lifts, one-legged Tadasana. We open that knee out to the side. Find your inverted tree. You're going to grab a hold of that right foot or just cross the foot behind the ankle. Option to take a little dancer pose here. And I know it's a little trickier with the alternate hand and foot. I feel the tug. Heart lifting. And then split arm warrior three. Step it back, warrior two. Reverse your triangle, straightening the leg. Warrior two, back of the mat. Twisted lunge. Here we go. Transitioning into our knee pile. So right leg is on top, left leg is on the bottom. Extending that bottom leg if you need it. Tall spine. And then option to add a little hinge to deepen the stretch. 3 deep breaths. Walk the hands to the back of your mat. We are going to unwind those legs, wide angled forward fold. It is a fun transition once you get it. Or at least it is for me and my body. And then walk your hands forward, plank pose, move through a flow, and then bring your knees down. Shift your hips over to the side, bring your legs forward. And let's finish as we began. Grab a hold of your blocks. We're going to lower onto our backs. I'm going to take a little deeper back bend, so I'm going to put my block on the medium setting, and you might try that as well. And then my other block is on the low setting. This time I'm going to do butterfly legs, Supta Baddha Konasana. You could do cross-legged, you could do straight legs. And just allowing yourself to soften and relax. So much of going with the flow has to do with us letting go of our expectations, softening around our preferences, what we will do, what we won't do. And from my own experience, most of the resistance or the kinks that happen in my flow happen in my mind. So it helps to take a deeper breath to slow it all down. Let's do a couple more deep breaths here. Heart open. You could roll to your side. You could extend the legs forward, kind of reaching your arms up toward the sky, drawing your chin toward your chest, and then hands reaching toward the horizon, coming up to a seat. Bringing hands to heart center. Thanks so much for practicing with me today. Aryam Tat Sat.